Hey everyone, welcome to the show. How you doing? So we are 40 days away from the big one, from November 5th, from Back to the Future. November 5th, but November the 5th, 176, Back to the Future, 176. Arcturian plus Pleiadian, 176. Real Tom numbers, my Twitter, 176. It's exciting times. There's a lot of, it was getting slightly dark. I was going to go out and do it outside, but I thought actually there's a lot to go through, so I thought I'd do it here. So, how is everyone? Who we got in there? Awakening 85. Hey Kelly. So, like I say, 40 days away. 40 nights. Biblical. Q said it will be biblical. 40, you'll like this one, is RV. President Trump has talked about an RV before, saying he would take our First Lady back to New York in an RV, in a trailer, in an RV. US, as in us, but also US, United States, is 40. Pain is 40 as well. Don't like dwelling on pain, but some are going to get that because of what's been going on. But you good people will have a lot of celebration, a lot of joy. I caught President Trump saying something last night. I think it was a speech he gave yesterday, but he said greatest economy, and he repeated it. Greatest is 95, which is Tuesday, and economy is 90, which is boomerang. Pleiadians 90, add them together is 185. Donald John Trump, World Trade Center 185. Yeah. So I've mentioned Cab before on Twitter, on X, and he puts out little videos, and it's called the Family of Gator podcast. But that comes to 277, which comes to Spiritual White Boy Fund, comes to Quantum Financial System. So there's some good numbers there. Gator, if I'm saying it right, is 79, the Dove, the best. And thank you as well for everyone that's been asking questions about the show I did with Ian from Activation. I've been doing some more with the stick, so it's definitely an acquired taste, but it feels worth it. You've got to get into it and do it, strongly. And everyone's getting their Organite in Shanghai, Quantum Physics 206, sleeping pods. I doubled up last night. I put the two right underneath my pillow, and I slept really well last night. So it definitely works. And also Substack, my email list. So get on the email list, and people are joining. And if you want to be part of, if you want to sponsor my book, you can. There's links in Substack on how to do that. So 40 days and 40 nights, 40. So last night after yesterday's show, I went to watch Spider-Man, No Way Home. I've seen it before. It's the third one of that, with that Spider-Man, with Tom Holland football team playing orange. And it's the one where the two other Spider-Mans come back. So, what's his name? Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield. But it's done really amazingly. And Doctor Strange is in it. And there's a beautiful, I'd seen it before, I think I'd seen it before, I'm sure I must have done. But there's a part that they call it, what do they call it? Mirror dimension, that's it. They go into a mirror dimension where it's like New York, Manhattan gets kind of split. It's a bit like Inception. It's like Inception on steroids. It gets split in two and kind of spins around, and there's like these Sedona, kind of Arizona, Grand Canyon rocks that are blending into it as well. It's like a fractal kind of dream. It's incredible. But I looked at the numbers on that, and it's pointing again. Everything is pointing towards November 5th, and I'll show you how. And we got 91 in the chat, which is mirror. So, also as well, some other numbers that came up is New Heaven is 97. New Earth is 94, November. Add those together is 191, God's perfect number. November of New Earth is 189, which is my birthday, February 15th. The New Earth is 127, the Ace of Spades, Day of Vengeance, the New Earth. And November 5th, November 5th. A new heaven and a new earth comes to 212. And people that live in Manhattan will know that the area code is 212. So the area code, the telephone number for the New Yorker hotel is 212. The new heaven and the new earth comes to 276, which is Back to the Future Time Machine. Tuesday, the 5th of November. New York Resurrection, New York Other Physics, New York plus Westminster, 276. Empire Strikes Back. So do people remember? There's a robot character with a bald head, and he's a robot. He's called Lobot. He doesn't speak, but he has the ear kind of thing around his head, and he works for Lando Calrissian in Cloud City. But I remember when President Trump had the ear bandage, it made me think of Lobot, because all things are comms. Millennium Falcon is 173, which is Trump Storm. 173 days between JFK's birthday and his assassination, if it was all just 1 year, so from May 29th to November 22nd. I was looking at this. So Donald John Trump is the good wizard, 368. And if you do Donald John Trump is good wizard 1, or good wizard leap, it's 369, the Tesla numbers. And if you do Ivanka Marie Trump 192, plus Donald Trump Jr. 176, that comes to 368, which is Donald Trump as the good wizard. Wizard is 81, which is Tower. And there's the Wizard of Oz. The Wizard of Oz is 176, November the 5th. Back to the Future. There's also a nursery rhyme that called Nellie the Elephant. Nellie the Elephant went back to Trump, said goodbye to the circus, or she went to the circus, and then she says Trump, Trump, Trump. There's also a part in there where they say there's one Dark Knight. Dark Knight is Batman. And there's also a mention of Mandalay, and you had the Mandalay shooting not far from Trump Tower. President Trump spoke about that, Trump Las Vegas. And there's also a storm mentioned in it. And there's another, but I'd watch it, and the length of it is 158, which is Remember, which is Top Trumps. So everything's coded to it. There's also the Bicycle Song by Queen. Freddie Mercury wrote it, and there's a line in there where he says something along to the effect, he says he's offered a hot dog, and he says, no, I don't want to be president of the USA. So it's interesting, made me think of Barry when he was president and all that stuff, so it's interesting. And then Starmer did the reference to sausages just a couple of days ago. But Freddie knew what was going on. Okay, Trump is Batman, 167, 24, Orange Quantum, Orange Trumps. That comes 167th day of the year. He came down the escalator with Melania Trump, 143, which is November 5th. So 167 plus 143 comes to 310. 310th day of the year is November 5th this year. There's another one, Batwings. So the Batwing was in the Dark Knight Rises So it's the flying device that Batman's got. Batwing comes to 76, a magic wand, plus Batman 51 comes to 127, November 5th, November 5th. Okay, so the mirror, this thing about the mirror dimension that's featured really brilliantly in the Spider-Man film. And, oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you're here. So the Spider-Man movie, a mirror dimension. So mirror is 91, Space Force, future. Dimension is 102. We looked at that the other day with gravity. What was it? Black holes. I think it was black holes, or the black hole, 102. There was a lot on the interstellar part. That's 193. And that one doesn't come up as much, but nevertheless it's there. But 193 is follow the twos, 222, and that's the Wyndham New Yorker Hotel, 222. It's also bad numbers as well. Some people have got 222, and they might be on, might be on the other side of the fence. But I like to dwell on the positive. A mirror dimension, which is what they show, is 194, which is September 11th, which is New Yorker Hotel. And if you do a mirror dimension leap, that's 228, the best is yet to come. I'm wondering, folks, something massive is coming. Something massive is coming. And this is all higher. That's why we're getting the synchronicities. That's why we get the numbers. That's why we get the downloads. And we're moving into a higher realm. And that's why all these films and shows and lyrics are all pointing to this. They're pointing to this crescendo point. And there's only one day in the year we've been told to remember, and it's November 5th. And I'm getting comms because I'm getting the screen is moving as I'm saying it. The best is yet to come. A mirror dimension leap. That could be it. It's just done it again. Wow. If you do mirror dimension leap, it's 227. There you go, it's done it again. Which comes to the New Yorker Hotel, 227, which also comes to the 11th of September, 222. So do we dimensionally leap? It feels like it, folks. It feels like that's what's coming. And I've got 143 people watching right now, and that's November 5th. And 57 is Tesla, 57 is also Magician. This is how it works, folks. This is how it works. It's brilliant. It's incredible. How it all works is just amazing. And the length of the trailer, well, the video clip that I watched with Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, is 4 minutes and 17 seconds. So 4:17 comes to November 5th, 2024. 2024 is 274, November 5th is 143. Doctor Strange is 159, a week to remember. Plus Spider-Man, which is 99, which is Ascension, which is Patriot, which is Judgment for those on the other side. That comes to 258, which is President Donald J. Trump. Simple Gematria Starseeds. And then you got the 159, A Week to Remember, or Doctor Strange. So if you do A Week to Remember, plus 258, plus President Donald J. Trump, it comes to 417, which is the length of that video clip. And it's November 5th plus 2024. That's what it is, folks. That's what it is. I've done some tweets on Roseanne. I looked at some of the codes on her today. Actually, I'll go through them briefly. I might talk about them again, maybe tomorrow, but I'll go through them here. Also as well, so the Delmonico Plaza, where I met Ivanka, where I got the picture with her, you can see on my picture with her, Delmonico Plaza, and it's number 55. So Delmonico Plaza is 146, Ivanka Trump. 55 is heaven. Add those together comes to 201. Plus Manhattan 92 takes you to 293, and I think that's the calm before the storm, if I remember rightly. plus New York 111 comes to 404, which actually is a real personal one. It comes to my grandparents. It comes to Eileen Mary Adelaide Wood, plus Sydney Charles Wood. But it also comes to Madison Square Garden, plus the Twin Towers. And Madison Square Garden 205 also comes to on November the 6th. November the 5th. So you can do on November the 5th, plus the Twin Towers comes to 404. And we get that error message, don't we? 404 is one that's been put there, but that is no longer an error. And then if you do 404, where are we? So if you do 404, yeah, so if you do 404, and you take away best is yet to come, the best is yet to come 228, it leaves you with 176, which is the 5th of November. But Back to the Future. This is how it is, and it's just moved again as I've said that, folks, you know. So the vibes are high. The vibes are high. The world's going to change. Like, the reality's going to change. It's mind-boggling, but it's so welcome. We're so grateful that it's coming. Okay. This is a good one. I've said it before, but I'll say it again. So remember the 5th of November, 355, plus John F. Kennedy Eternal Flame, 243, plus Arlington Cemetery, 290. That comes to 888, I believe. Yeah, it does. 355 plus 243 plus 290. It comes to 888, which is the number that you break the matrix when you get to 888. Yeah, so these are the lyrics for Humpty Dumpty. I'll have to look at that one as well. Nellie the Elephant. So it says, to Bombay a travelling circus came. They brought an intelligent elephant. Intelligent is 11.5, which is November 5th, which is also Art of the Deal. Elephant is 81, which is dollars, which is Zimbabwe, which is also Tower, which is Tiffany. And then One Dark Night. So without the K, but phonetically it's the same. One Dark Night. 1 is 34, DJT, Leap, Matrix, Neo. And then later on it says, off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Now Nellie the Elephant packed her trunk and trundled off to the jungle. Off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. And then the head of the herd was calling far, far away. There's a bit of a Star Wars reference there. They met one night in the silver light on the road to Mandalay. And then at the end it says, and she took the crowd by storm. So that's in Nellie the Elephant. Tesla dimension is 159, which is a week to remember. The quantum effect is 185, Donald John Trump, World Trade Center, Tom Numbers effect. So today I was driving this afternoon and this massive rainbow came out. I got a clip. I'll have to put it out on Twitter, but it was huge. I managed to get it. It was only there for like a few seconds, but it was massive. Mirror effect is 136, Space Force effect 136, Marty McFly 136, The Dark Knight 136. And then Roseanne. So Cab said a few years ago, 2018, that Roseanne was a Arcturian, and she was a goddess from Arcturus, and she saw it and she read Pleiadians back to them. So I guess she was saying they were Pleiadians that were saying it. So Arcturian goddess, Haya, here, Roseanne, bar, 339, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So here, goddess here is the name, there's the goddess they've named her. So Arcturian goddess, here, Heiah, Roseanne Barr, 339, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. There you go, Roseanne. And Roseanne grew up in Utah. Salt Lake City is 138, the Arcturian 138, Donald Trump 138. Goddess here equals 104 equals Jerusalem 104. There you have it. Granny Rose, she always says she's Granny Rose to me, is 136. Great Awakening, The Dark Knight, Marty McFly, Real Time Machine, Roseanne effect, Space Force effect. And as I said, Pleiadian 71 plus Arcturian 105 comes to 176, November the 5th, Back to the Future 176, Full Disclosure 176, Full conclusion, 176. Real Tom numbers, 176. Awakening Mirror, 176. Awakening POTUS, 176. Okay, when Roseanne wrote her reply, you can see it on my Twitter. She wrote Pleiadians. She's misspelt it, but it's okay. We get the codes, but correctly spelled is 90 Pleiadians. And then she does an exclamation mark, exclamation mark, which could either be 191, sorry, exclamation point 191, or it can be an exclamation mark, which is 160. But if you do Pleiadians plus 191, 281, that's 281. Pleiadians plus 160, which is exclamation mark, is 250. Add those together, comes to 531, which comes to Full Disclosure 176, Back to the Future 176, plus 355, which is remember the 5th of November. We live in the Matrix, everybody. And if you do 159, Doctor Strange plus Leap equals 193, which is mirror dimension. And if you do a week to remember 159 plus Leap 34, comes to 193. And the week to remember is November 5th on this leap year, all the way through to Remembrance Day, which is November 11th. 11/11, 121. Second coming, Golden Jubilee. All right, folks, I've got to love you and say goodbye, but I will see you tomorrow. So most important is get on Substack. It's free email. You'll get updates, you'll get other bonus content from me. It's free to do it, just enter your email. If you want to get your shungite, sleep better, get it there, and check out activations as well. See you tomorrow. God bless. Take care. Bye. They are interdimensional. They sure are. Everything. Well, Spider-Man says in the end of that clip, he says something more amazing than magic, and he says it's math, and math is numbers. So there you go.